Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? Uh, Let me set up my hand cam real quick, and then we gonna start with the Marvel Rivals Depression. Man, the game is a mess. I can tell you that much. So I need to put, I need to position this cam very well because I'm not wearing pants. Okay, hold up. Oh, I think I got it. Okay, it does not show anything risky. This one needs to be more like just like that. This one like this will work. I like to play Jeff, or I learned to play him. Hold up. Also, this might be good for my fan, you know, my laptop fan. It needs air and all that. So let me boot up the game. I do want to show you guys the let me show you my main screen. I can't close that down because I got like an NSFW background. Um, what is going on with Marvel Rivals? And let me tell you, all right, you might not be interested into this, but I am because I noticed things and I tried to make a video about it, but it didn't go as planned or successfully. Um, Fuck this shitty ass game. Uh, the comments will keep on dropping. The not recommended ones, good gameplay, literally the worst matchmaking in gaming history. Don't play this crap. Of course, I like it. Same as this one from Lena. It's you can like literally pause right here, read all of this. If you're really interested, I did. Um, Also, this part's very, very important. Um, because yes, I do notice the EOMM system, the engagement optimized matchmaking system, where you will win eventually, but in the end, you will lose more. And if you leave the game afterward for quite some time, the algorithm basically resets. And once the algorithm notices that you don't feel the engagement of the game, it will give you some sort of blast of letting you win. Uh, well, you would know what I mean if you would just Google uh, what the EOMM system is and how Marvel Rivals implement this. Now, of course, I do still, or well, I quit for like 2 weeks to help myself not to play this shit. Wrote my own review. Quick play fun? Well, no. Competitive fun? Well, no. Balancing updates? No. Balanced matches? Let me think. No. Will your skill matter in the game to carry the team? Well, nah, not really. This is more what I mean with nah, not really is more like uh, I think DPS is a skillful role, you know? It's actually uh, a role where you need to have aiming skill or like have good sense uh, when it comes to gaming. So people are starting to notice a certain pattern in the game, and I cannot disagree with the negative comments. When one match becomes way too easy and the other incredibly hard, then yes, I do think something fishy is going on. And people figuring it out. Support the negative comments and please let the game die as quick as possible, or the devs really need to talk about this because the positive reviews are old and outdated to where people didn't know what is going on. Will you like the game? Nah. Just let it die and move back to Overwatch. I still think Overwatch is better. I do have a problem going on that well, my PlayStation 5 uh, stands here. It's on 24/7, but I haven't touched it in months. I haven't used it in months, even though it is on. Um, my system has great issues when it comes to handling Blizzard games, or well, let's say Overwatch. Um, so that's that. Overall, I think it is a good game, but they really do need to eliminate the whole system of EOMM, where uh, I see a pattern in my fucking match history. Like, oh, I won 2 times and then I lost 3 matches in a row, and then all of a sudden I win one and lose two again. Like, I can show you in a bit if I can boot up the game. Um, uh, yeah. I'm also thinking about buying a new mouse mat. This one is a little small. I cannot move much further, or getting a little F here. I cannot move further than the color line here. It is all cosmetic RGB, I'm in love with the color green, but these are edges I cannot cross, and it's fucked up. Um, Sometimes. On support, I do play with high DPS. I switch with the middle buttons here. You can really see them because it's dark. There are two buttons here, sensitivity up and down. I use those a lot. Sights I use for reload and melee. But let me get it up. It is running as administrator. There we go. Let me smoke one real quick. Oh, that is fucking loud. Got a little handler right there. I think for OBS it's good. I think I balanced it out. Well, that is FPS I like to see when being idle. On settings, it needs to be higher. Yeah. Performance DLS. There we go. Wait, what? Oh, I don't care. All right. Got a small little headache. I'm not gonna make it too long. Next week, I'm gonna go further with the whole Minecraft shit because I think I'm gonna be moving soon from one location to another. Uh, don't know how the internet is over there, so I'm kind of waiting patiently. But until then, I can still work on the record. But I decided to take this week off, and next week we just gonna go like 5 to 10K a day. That is what I'm aiming for. Yeah, the whole thing you see, the lights is like my TV. My TV actually projects whatever is showing on screen on the back of the TV. Uh, and you will see that in a minute as the gameplay goes on, of course. Of course, not a big fan of European matches, but I still select those because the quicker the match, the better. I have grown. Yes, the highest I've reached now is gold one, and I think that I can actually do it. I think I can. What is this? These are not great stats. One penta. I need four. Oh, surely gonna show that and sidekick. I don't care about MVP. I got a beautiful MVP as Jeff, and Tom Watson as VP, even though, well, he didn't do any better, of course, but died 8 times. That dude was a fucking menace. I still remember that. But here we see a pattern, and also the time differences and when I booted up the game. Um, so it's hard to predict if the next match is going to be a win or a loss, since I had 2 wins over here and then loss win, loss win. But this is very, very noticeable. I still got to check my phone. My sister's not all right. These are seeing this just, you know, still losing. That is, you just see something in this game, and it's like a stats difference when comparing this to ours. Even though I do believe that maybe in some matches he is better than previous ones. Of course, like look when he won, uh, I don't know, 35. He still won. You know, he did something good. Of course, I do believe that, but was his last game, by the way. Still, there is a pattern going on. I can tell you that for sure. So what actually happens is because it's so unbalanced is that some people truly believe that they are good at a certain role that uh, that the hard reality is actually that they are basically not. It's just an poor matchmaking system, and I'm completely calling Marvel rivals out on that. More and more people from the lead board has left. My favorite streamer XQZ uh, doesn't play the game anymore. Of course, he's doing Minecraft runs. All of a sudden, Saipe is not ranked one or top 10 anymore. Like, that. Also, I miss out on a lot of names. Do I say so? Now, these were the OG times, right? Here we see recognizable names. And then we come here, you know, things start to change. You already see names disappearing, and then we got to here, you know, it's weird. It's just weird. Made it to gold almost into the next rank. And yet the game then is like, I think it was here. Then I just went completely downwards. Could be this. No, it wasn't. Like I can operate really well, and yet there is something going on in the team and stat differences that will not allow it. Of course, I was drawn here. Let's not show that. Besides it being a very toxic community, you see the stat differences. They they do not make sense compared to this. It is obvious. Of course, I like Ultron, but come on, dude, it's not a healer. Of course, with 25k healing, I mean, it is not a well. It's you have to compare it with Lucio from Overwatch. But instead of you having the aura of heals, you actually place it onto someone, and that someone has it times two. And the people around it receive less than the person that where the drone is on. But these stats, they do not make sense. Almost 40k. Yes, Jeff. By the way, this is the nerfed version of Jeff. He is supposed to be worse now. People said, and people are not happy with it. I am actually happy with it. I'm not gonna lie. Now I can just hold left click, look at my teammates, heal them while I'm doing some sort of significant damage that is very minor, but still, it's not the same as Ultron or like a raccoon or clothes or the beam of cloak and dagger. It's still. I made a beautiful play in this game. I think that caused me to get the MVP. Not only that, I only died a couple times, like the least amount in the game. This was one of those matches that was actually even, that I actually enjoyed. It was stressful, of course, if you're about to lose and your team is falling apart. Overall, if I would lose in a match that looks like this, I mean, of course, the tank did a lot compared to theirs, yet, you know, it is very similar because this one did better than this, even though it died 16 times. Of course, if you gonna look at that, then there is a significant difference. But yet, their healers did something. Of course, you cannot compare our heals to theirs because it depends on the amount of damage they take. And if my tanks take more damage than theirs, then of course I'm gonna have more healing than the enemy team. So you can never compare these heals to these. It does not matter.